So now if you see the SPSS, it gives you the output as two form. First is a data file. So this icon will appear as a data file, data.sav file, and you can save the output as an output file, which gets saved as an .spv file. So that's the two type of SPSS file which you need to save while you are doing the analysis. So SPSS, you can choose, there are a lot of options available. There is a subscription for 1 month, there is a subscription for 12 months, and that unit price is 83,000. But again, it has got a various types, like there is a SPSS statistics base, there is a standard, there is a premium, and there is a AMOS. So this is the site http://www.harn.software SPSS selection. You can choose your subscription, and for 12 a month, it has got a, for one person, it has got a $89, and for 2 years, this is the $175 for the SPSS statistics premium. Again, what we have got, I think many people, they have managed to get this software from their friends or from other sources. So you can use that also. Most of the analysis is there in that software. Maybe that advanced one, all the options are not there. In that, maybe pirated, or if you say, if you get it from one of your friend, you don't have that this thing. But we will recommend you to use authentic SPSS because that will save you from a lot of hassle, because you cannot write also in your publication if you have not used a validated version or not used the original version of SPSS. So it's better to use that because then you can write it in your analysis or in your publication that it was a original software which you have used for the analysis. So we will learn in this session now how to enter data in SPSS. There is a direct approach and there is an indirect approach. In the direct approach, we enter the data directly into the SPSS, and in the indirect approach, we import the file, the Excel sheet, which is already there in our data, because many a times we use Google form. These days, a lot of people are using Google form for the data collection method, and that Google form gives you the data in the form of Excel sheet. So you can import that Excel sheet also in the SPSS. Then we will learn the recoding and computing of variable, and then editing and saving the output as per PDF or doc file. So now we will go to the hands-on. All of you can see the screen where there is a SPSS, nothing has been entered, there's a blank sheet. So I hope all of you can see this. So if you see this, there is a data view and there is a variable view. Can you see this? Okay. So now you have got two options. I've told you that you may enter the data directly into the SPSS, or you may import the sheet, the Excel sheet. So first I'll tell you how to enter directly the data into SPSS. So if you go to the variable view, there is a data view and there is a variable view. So this variable view has got many options. Like you can see here the name of the variable, the type of the variable, the width of the variable, the decimal, label, values, missing, column. We will see one by one what are these. So like my exercise, if you see the exercise which has been, I'll be showing you, that is the question is, I have to enter the variable here. So enter the variable 1 age, 2 is gender, 3 is height in centimeter, weight, and then variable 5 is the socioeconomic status. So now I would enter that. So first is the age. So the variable, my variable is age. So this is a type. If you click this type, if you click this, you will see there is a lot of option here. So now what is these options? There is a numeric comma, dot, scientific notations, etc. But if you see this, we mostly use this numeric option, because I have told you that we convert all the, even the categorical also into numbers. That's why we have given 1 and 2 as male and female, 1, 2, and 3 maybe mild, moderate, severe, and so on. So you give value to any variable. So generally we use this numeric, and this tells you about the decimal place. So like in case if you are taking anything out of 2 decimal place, you can keep it as 2, but since age is measured as a whole number, so I have kept it as 0. This width tells you the amount of, like, till what point it can take. Then there comes this string. So this string, this 8 tells you the width of the string. If I click this as a string, it character, you can say it as a 8. That means if I need to enter the zip code or I need to enter the phone number, then I'll have to change it to string rather than the numeric, because numeric, it takes only one this thing. So this is the numeric and string, two type of variable which you can see here. So age is a type of numeric variable. This width is for string, and this decimal is for the number of decimal places. So I have done it 0. So now you can see the decimal places as 0. So this label, so now you can see this label, it tells you the full description of the variable. So like I will write age in years. So you have to describe your variable, because if you share your this data sheet with anyone, and if he's not aware with the variable, he can see the label and understand what is the nature of the variable, right? So this values gives you for the categorical data, because age is a continuous one, so I will not be using this value label. Then I go to the missing data. If there is a missing data, it shows you here the missing data. This is again the column, the width of the column, alignment of the variable, whether it is right or left. By default, it is right. So I just leave it. I mean, we just leave it like this. And then the measure is unknown. So measure is here. You have to, this is a very important column where you have to describe which type of variable it is, because then only you will apply test for that particular variable. And if you define variable since beginning, it is easy for you to identify from the drop down menu that we'll see in the subsequent session also. So age is a which type of variable? It is a continuous data, so it is a scale variable. So I have put it as a scale variable. Here in input, you should always check this as none. None means I have not defined it, my variable, as a dependent or independent variable. So the role of variable, because we may change during the course of analysis, one variable as dependent and one as independent. So since beginning, you should choose this as a none. So this is the full age. Then the second one was, if I see the second one was the gender. So now this gender, since this is a small this thing, I have put it as a gender, and gender is again a type of numeric, and numeric, but gender again I have given a code, so I'll remove this 0. I'll write the gender of the study subject. And then values again. Here I have to put a value. Like if I have valued 1 as female, I have given a code to it. So I'll write this 1 as a female. And press this add. And if I have given code 2 as male, so I'll write 2, label as male, and then again I'll add and press this OK. So this is added. You can again see it. What is, if you have forgotten what is 1 and what is 2, then you can come to these values and you can click and see what is 1 and what is 2. Because in odds ratio, we will see that this coding is important. The higher code and lower code, that we'll see there. That coding a variable is important, and how this 1 and 2 is important to see and check many times, because we often tends to forget ek kya tha aur do kya tha, right? So that you can come here and see. And then here values again, this is it shows you the missing values. Column is again alignment is okay, right is there. So what will I change here? I will change it to the nominal scale, because age, gender is a nominal input. I'll change it to the none. The third question to me is height. So I have to enter the height. So height, I may type it as HT if I don't want to write that much. So again, height is a type of numeric, and I have measured the height maybe in up to 1 decimal point. So it is up to me, up to what decimal point I want to measure. And here I can write the full description of the variable, height of the study subjects in centimeter. And this is a value, but because it is a type of continuous variable, it is not a categorical variable. This value is important only for categorical variable. Missing will be none. Column again right. Then if I come to this measure, this height is a type of scale variable. So I have selected the scale, and in input, I'll write this as none. Again, I'll go here. The next variable is weight. So if I have to enter weight, I'll write WT. This is again a numeric. And weight, if I want to measure it up, maybe up till 0 or maybe up till 1 decimal point, depending on my choice. And this is the weight in kg, in kilogram. Again, this is a continuous variable, so the values will be none because this is applicable only for categorical variable. I'll go to this unknown variable on this measurement scale, and this is a type of scale variable. So I click this to scale. This input, I have changed it to none. Then I go to this, the third is the socioeconomic status. So I may write as SES, the short form, and then again it is a numeric, but again it is a type of ordinal. So I have put it as a 0 because it will not have a decimal point, and I have to write the full form. So I'll write socioeconomic status, and here I have to put the values. So if one is a low socioeconomic status, so I'll write 1 here, keep it as low, then add it, then this is 2, this is as maybe the medium. So this will be the medium. I have added it. This is the 3, which is a high. Like middle, I have written middle, but it is a middle class, like low, middle, and high. So I have written 3 as a high, and then press OK. Then again, it is a type of ordinal variable. So I have clicked as an ordinal and as none. Right. So this is the variable. And if you come to the data view, this variable you can see. So this tells you the serial number of the participant. So you can write if the age of the participant was 34, then you can start if it is 1 or 2. If it is a female, the height was 145 centimeter, the weight was 67 kg, socioeconomic status 3. So you can write like this, right? So this is the code and this is the continuous variable, and here you can keep on entering the data. And this, you can see this 1 and A, it gives you the value labels and for the categorical one. So if you click this, you can see the socioeconomic status, it will show you the high and gender as female. And if you again click this, it will give you the code. So by clicking this option, you can see the code given to again particular category value labels, right? So this is the one. I hope any ambiguity till this point. If you are, or should I repeat the commands once again? You can see the variable here, again the name of the variable, width, then the decimal places, then label, it's the full description of the variable. Values is the categorical, you give the values to a categorical data, and then you give the measure of this variable in form of, there are 3 measurement: scale, nominal, and ordinal, and then role as none. So now this was the first exercise. Now the second one, if I have to import the this in the SPSS, I don't want to code, write enter here, and I want to import this. So I have an Excel sheet in my folder, and I'll import. Then how to do that? So what I'll do, go to the file. Here you can see there is an option of open. So open and then press this data. If you click this, it will show you, direct you to a path. So I have to look into a folder. So my folder is the So I'm just showing the path where I have saved that. So this is the basic workshop. So if you click this, you can see that there are only, there's no Excel file visible here. So you need to change the type of file here. So it is the file type. If I change it to Excel, then you can see that there are two Excel files which are here. So if I want to import, this is the demo file which I want to import. So I'll click this and I'll open this. Then there will be a new, it will take some. Now here you can see that it will ask you for a sheet. Which sheet do you want to import? Because in Excel sheet also, many people, they have got 1, 2, 3 Excel sheet, where one, they have defined it as a name of variable, 2 as an actual data sheet. So if you click this and see, it has got sheet 1, sheet 2 and sheet 3. Now you need to see in which sheet there is a data. So I'll again go back to that Excel sheet. So if I see this sheet, import demo, so this data sheet 1, there's a data sheet 2 and there's a data sheet 3. So my data is the data sheet 1, which I want to import. So what I'll do, I'll again go to the SPSS where I have seen that command. Here that data sheet 1 is there, and then I'll press this OK. So it will take some time. And you can see here that there is a data. If you go to the data value, you can see that the data already populated data is there, where there is a ID, age, gender, weight, and height. So weight, you can see it is up till 15 decimal point. So you can reduce this. I'll go here and I'll reduce this up to 1 decimal point. Again, you can go and see the weight. So it is up till 1 decimal point. Again, this is gender. So 2.0 is only code. So I may go into the variable view. I may remove the 0, this as a 0. Because for code, I don't want any decimal point. So you can see here, ID, age. Age is also in complete years. There is no fraction. So you can go to the variable view and you can again change this decimal to 0 also for age. But here you will see that label and the values will be missing. So you need to write it here. So again, this you have to write, this is the identification number. You have to give the description of the variable because in Excel sheet that is not there. So identification number, you have to write like that. Age is like age in years. Gender and height and weight you have to write. So you have to write the label here when you imported the Excel sheet in SPSS. Again, values, if it is a categorical one like gender, you need to say that what is one and what is female. So if it is one is female, then again you have to give this value here. Because there in Excel sheet, you have just entered the number. Here that values, you have to label the value, 2 as male and 1 as female. Whatever you have given the categories, the code to that particular category, and then again press this OK, then it will show you. So this is how we import the Excel sheet into the SPSS. So there are two options. Either you've got an Excel sheet already, you can import that into SPSS, label that value and give that values. So variable, label that variable and give values to the variable, because Excel doesn't give you the variable name in the form of categorical one. It tells you only the number. So these two actions you have to perform if you import any Excel sheet in the SPSS. or you can directly, if you have a raw data, a hard copy, you can directly enter it into the SPSS and you can work on that particular data sheet like we have seen. So this is the, again, here also in the data view, if you go to the variable view, these things also, like if you see the other one, you need to change. So here you can see here, it has taken gender as nominal, weight and height as scale. So this was the thing which you need to do the action before you go proceed with the actual data analysis. So if it is clear up till this point, then we may go to the, no, again, one action is left, that is the code and recode into the same variable and calculation of some variable. So like I have told you to take the variable as it is. Are you guys getting what I am talking? There is no response. I mean, up till this point, everything is clear to all of you, because now you need to do it on your own. So if there is any ambiguity, I may explain it, or any questions from your end regarding this SPSS data entry or regarding this import option, then I would be happy to answer those questions before we proceed to the code, recode and calculation of another variable. Okay, Darshana is saying yes. So I am taking it as a proxy indicator for all of you that you are.
Can we have some idea about what is the meaning of this column width and in the variable view, because it's giving different values on its own, the column and the width.
Okay, actually this width, if you go to the variable view, this width tell you the width of the string variable. Like I've shown you now, here you have, if you click this numeric variable, this string, if you click this 12 tells you the string, the number of characters. Like if I want to enter, I'll show you with one example. If I want to enter the phone number. So phone number will be a type of, oh sorry, if you type this now, it will not take, because I have entered, given a space. So phone number, it should be in continuous, or contact detail. Maybe if I want to write contact. So here you need to choose the string, because phone number is a string variable. So because phone number cannot be of 8 characters, so I need to put it 10. So like if I go to the data view and if I write like, so it will come, it is a 10 digit, right? If you go to the variable view and if I decrease this string as maybe 6, and if you go to the data view, you can see that you cannot enter beyond 6 digit. So if I want to enter like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then you can see that I cannot enter up beyond this point. So this width tells you the width of a string variable. Normally we never use string variable except for zip code. Like if I want to have a pin code of, I am doing a community-based study where I want a Google location of a particular case or spot mapping. In that case, I want a zip code. Like we did one analysis of HIV where we have had the zip code of all 35,000 people, and we plotted that on a map of Bihar. So in that case, you may need the string or a phone number or contact. Otherwise, for open coded, like if you have asked something like satisfaction, dissatisfaction, reason for dissatisfaction, and if it is in string, means it is in sentences, then you may need to increase the width of the string. So this width stands for the string type of variable, the number of characters which you can enter, and this decimal tells you about the decimal of a numeric variable. Is it right?
Yes, ma'am. So this is particularly not applicable to these numeric variables. It's just that the column will be there, but it's not applicable to these.
No, yes, this column is the column width. This is different. And this width is only for string. This is again different, right? Like if you go to the data view So if I increase, like Excel also, you see, if I increase the distance, or if you can see the height, it is very, the width is very, so I may reduce the width. And if you go back, this weight is also, you can see width is very, so I can just, like we do it in Excel. And if you go to the variable, you can see that it has changed. It has changed to 5, 6, and 8. So the compactness that, you can reduce this also. If you increase like this, gender, see, I have like this, then in variable, you can see it has got a 20. So that, width of the column, that is the column. And this width actually tells you the characters, like you have seen in case of a phone number. So I hope I am clear to all of you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So this was, any other question from any other participant before I go to the calculate and code and recode? Okay, if not, then I'll go to code and calculate. So I've told you not to, because I have seen many PGs who are doing a calculation of BMI on the hard copy and then entering that data in the Excel. So this I have told you regarding the this thing. Yes, before I go to the code and recode, because this I have shown you for the this hands-on purpose, how to export import the data, that Excel sheet. But the actual calculation, I'll be showing it on to the the clean data which we have. That is this compute recode demo. So I'll just close this. And I'll again open this data sheet. So you can see here that this is again, if I go to the variable view, this 15, I will reduce it to 1. And again, if you open this, I need to perform few actions. Like you can see that gender, it is missing here. You should write the name here also. You can, this, if you go to the here, all that measurement, you can see that the ID is a scale measurement, age is a scale measurement, gender is a nominal. So all these has been done here. Input, you should change it to none in all the cases. That I'm assuming that you will change it. So I have changed for a few and then I'm leaving it as such. So this is the data, this is the variable view. If you come to the data view, this is the data view. Now I want to calculate the BMI. So you can put any formula here in the SPSS like we do it in Excel. So if I want to calculate the BMI, there is an option known as the transform and compute. So go to the compute variable. Here you can calculate the name of my BMI category is the BMI cat. So I have typed BMI cat and the variable, it is the formula of the BMI is what? Weight in kg by height in meter square. So I'll write weight, that will be numerator, then divided by height in meter square. So if you see the height here, it is in centimeter. Yes, so I need to multiply it with the 0.01. So I'll write here weight divided by height multiplied by, this is the sign of multiplication, 0.01. Then again, I need to put it in a bracket. Right. And then again, I have to put a sign of multiply. So I'll put here 1 multiplication and then this whole I'll have to repeat. So 1 multiplication here. Then I'm again copy and pasting this because this is again the same thing which I need to do. because height, it is a square one. There is no option of square here in SPSS. So this I have put here as height. And then again, I need to put this as whole into a bracket, a bigger bracket. So I need to put 2 brackets here. So can you see this? So now if you can see this, then coming to this, okay, press this okay. No, there's option comes the change the existing variable. So now you can see there is a BMI cat. So ideally I have written the BMI cat. Actually I should have written the BMI because category I need to form it now. So now you can, if you do the individual calculation 179, if you convert it into the meter and then take out the BMI, it will come like this. So you can see that there is a BMI category. Is it clear to everyone? So I have used this option of transform and compute variable, and I have used this numerical expression, and then I may change the name because by mistake I have written the BMI cat. So I'll do this and I'll write okay. If you go again, and if you see this, then again with this, it has created a BMI, right? With this. So you can either delete this or you can leave it like that. So you can delete also. So now this is the BMI. The next question, the next task which I have to perform, because I have to make a categorical variable out of this continuous one. Remember, we discussed that we have to calculate data in a continuous form, and we may form categories depending on our cutoff. Various cutoffs are there. So if I want to form a category of this BMI, okay, Darshana, you want to repeat this? Okay. So I will repeat at the end. I'll again repeat this, but right now, again, since you have asked, I have gone to this transform and compute. Then there is a target variable. So because I have to calculate the BMI, I have written this BMI here. That is a target variable. Here the numeric expression, because you know that the formula of BMI is weight divided by height into meter square. Since height is in centimeters, so I have multiplied it with 0.01 to make it in meter. And I have put in the double bracket here because it will take all the actions as a single action. So this whole tells you about the height square in meter square. And then I have pressed this OK. And then that variable which has appeared here, you can see it is the BMI, the calculated BMI, right? Now I'll form the category out of this BMI. So how to do that? Again, you go to the this transform. In this transform option, there is a 2 option. Recode into the same variable and recode into the different variable. Can all of you see these 2 options? Recode into the same variable and recode into the different variable. So recode into the different variable, if I choose this option, this will leave, this column will be as such, and it will have another column which will have the BMI category. So it is always advisable to use this recode into different variable, because then you will have the actual original data with you. So always use this option of recode into different variable for changing a category continuous variable into a categorical one, so that the continuous nature of the data will be maintained. And if you wish to do any test on that continuous variable, you will be able to do that. If you change that into existing variable, you will lose the original data of the continuous nature. So always choose this option of recode into different variable. Many a time we may face some change of the criteria. Like if you see any guideline, like European guideline, American guideline, every society gives a different guideline. Like BMI also, we have got an Asian criteria, we have got a WHO criteria. So if you recode into different variable, you can again make a code using the other criteria also. So that's why it is advisable not to change the original nature of the data. You choose this option of recode into different variable. So now you can see there will be a pop-up window where you can see there is an input variable and there is an output variable. So I want to have this BMI category. So my input variable is the BMI and my output variable is the, I want to have a category. So BMI cat, you can write here the label as a category of BMI and you can press this option of change. So now this shows you that now I am changing this BMI into BMI category. So if you have done this, now there is a command here which you can see old and new values. So just click this option. There are two parts of this window. There is a left side and there is a right side. So in the left side, we are doing the giving the criteria, and in the right side, it will give you a new value. So now you can see here there are 3-4 options here. There is a range. There is a range lowest through value. There is a range value through highest and all other values. So now if I'm using the criteria of a BMI, so I'm using the WHO criteria, and less than 18, I say that it is a underweight. So what I'll do, I'll write here lowest through. So this range gives you the range between. I'll show you that option also. So this is the lowest through, means less than 18, including 18 will be. Lowest through means 18 is included in this category and this value will be 1. So I have added this, right? Now I'll give the range. If I take from 18 till 24.99. So this will be my normal. .99. That's why we call it as a 2-digit. So this will be the normal, the 2-1. Then the third is 25, larger, more than equal to 25. So I'll use this 25 till 29.99. This is the 3, which is the overweight. I have added. And again, I have to take more than 30. So I'll use this highest through. So I'll write here 30. That means 30 and more than that, it will take. So this again, I'll write it as a 4. Add and then continue. And then you have to press OK. So if you go to the data set, you can see here that this BMI category. So you can see the third was overweight. So all this has been populated. Now you can go again back into the variable view because this BMI cat, there is no label. So I've set this one as underweight because I have not added it beforehand. 2 as normal. That's the code which I have given. 3 as overweight. And 4 as obese. And then press OK. So I have added this category also. So yes, 18.1, you are right that I can go again to the transform, analyze, transform, and I use this recode into the different variable. Here you can go old and new values. And if like I have written here lowest through 18, so I would have written is less than 18 means this option like I want to change. So I'll write here 17.99. So less than that, it will take. And then again, press continue. So it will change. So you can see, no, it didn't get change. So I press this and I have pressed this change. So you can see that now it has, oh, I done some mistake. This, oh yes, it has now come here. So that is okay. And then if you press this, okay, then it will again take the new one. So now I have this category. So here you can have like Aliza is writing 18.1. It's okay. Like we say 18 less than 18, or if you want to include. So depending on the categories, this is just an example. Yes, it should not be included in 19 as 18 included in the lowest. Yes, you are very right. So just see the category, and the only thing which is important here is if you transfer this recode into the different one, then this through means that value is included there, right? So if you see this old and new values, lowest through value means that value is included. That's the only take home message which I want to give. And then again, depending on your cutoff, you can make the categories depending on your given categories, right? So this was for the categories, the creating a category, BMI category. So now again, I'll repeat the commands once again. So what I have done, I have imported the Excel sheet. I have entered the data in the SPSS. So the SPSS, there is a variable view and there is a data view. If you go to the variable view, this is the name of the variable. This is the type of variable. Most commonly, we use the numeric type of variable. This width tells you the width or the number of characters for the string variable. This decimal is for the decimal place of the numeric variable. This label is for the description of the variable. This value is for the categorical variable, where like categories, you can see the number which you assign to a category. And this column which tells you the width of the column. This measure tells you the nature of the variable. And this role tells you whether it is an independent variable or dependent. But in SPSS, we choose this as a none because we may change the role of any variable from independent to dependent depending on our circumstances. So that's why it is always advisable to choose this role as none. Then what we did, we performed a action where we have imported the Excel sheet. So for that, use this option of file. Then there is option of open, go to the data, show this data as a path. Don't forget to change this file type, because if you change this file type, then only this will be visible. If you click this and open, it will give you the number of sheet. Which sheet do you want to import? Sheet 1, 2, and 3. Depending on that, you may select a sheet. You may press OK. So it will import the sheet. Then what I have shown you about the computation of a new variable. So you have to go transform and compute. I have created a variable of BMI using this formula. And then what I did, I have just recoded this. I have made a categorical variable out of the continuous one. And for that, you choose this action, this recode into a different variable. If you click this option, it tells you about the previous variable and the new variable. So the previous variable was BMI, and now I want to have a BMI category. So now once you have characterized this gives you the, while you type the name, it will give you this output variable. This label tells you the description of this output variable. If you press this old and new values, it gives you the category. This range tells you the range, like lowest and highest value. And this lowest through is the lesser than that, all the values. And this highest through is more than high, from that values, all values higher than that cutoff will be.
Ma'am, excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Ashish.
I just want to ask you one question. When we are saying lowest true value, again, the same question I want to ask, like lowest true value is 18. So it will include 18 or
yes,
just,
it will
okay.
include 18. That's why now 18 I have taken here also.
Okay.
Either I can, like somebody typed, na, Aliza had written 18.1. So I could either change this to 18.1. See, I can either change this to 18.1 and I will press this change, right? So you can see 18.1 to 24.99, or I may change it to 17.99 like I did. So depending on your cutoff, which
Okay, ma'am.
like actually BMI is less than 18. So that's why I have written 17.99, because
Okay, ma'am.
18 and above is normal,
Okay,
right?
ma'am.
So lowest through means that value is counted into that category.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Any other query?
No, that's it, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, Ashish. So if not, then I will request Dr. Naveen to open the breakout rooms. So I think before we open the breakout room, we can have a 5 minutes break. Maybe biological break. You can again come back after 5 minutes. Then we'll open the breakout room, and then we may go into the respective breakout room to have a hands-on session on the sheet which has been given to you. You will practice that on your sheet on your laptop, and you will share your screen with your mentor, and there you can show, and in case of any problem you can get back to them and maybe to us also if it is not being solved at that level. Okay.